Okay, so let's take a look at this awesome live version of State Trooper featuring members of Arcade Fire from Canada 2007. Sort of stick around to the end of the video, because at the end of the video I'm going to be playing through a whole song alongside a homemade backing track, and you'll see tab scroll across the screen. Okay, so it's only about 4 chords here, which is fantastic. You've got an E5 chord. Now you've got 2 versions, one where you can just play the E, the A and the D strings, or just the E and the A. Okay, and then you've also got a thicker version, which Bruce loves, because you can play all 6 strings and kind of pick it as well. So this time, put your first finger bar in the 2nd fret A and D, and then you put the pinky 4th fret G. That's the full version of E5. You've also got an A5. So you've got to block the E string. I use my thumb there. Use my first finger to bar the D and then the G strings. You don't have to play the G string, but if you do, it's okay, because it's just a duplication of the root note. And then also, if you add your pinky on the 4th fret of the G, you've got an A-sus2 chord, which Bruce loves because it means minimal movement, so you can focus on the singing and engaging with the crowd. So the song's in the key of E minor, tempo is about 115 BPM. Okay, so what happens is you've got this 4-beat counting. Max hits the drums on beat 4, and then Bruce comes in with this kind of offbeat, arpeggiated strum on the and of 4. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1. Okay, and then you've got this main riff. So you can, for the intro, you can just leave your pinky there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, and then it's tied for half a beat, and then you're going and 2, and 3, and 4, and. So what's happening here on the and of 1, you're hitting the E fine, the bass notes, and then you put your middle finger, just hit this G note on the 3rd fret low E. So it sounds amazing. And it's slightly dampened, if you can, with your strumming hand as well. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and. So basically on the beat 2 and 4, you put your middle finger down and just play that single note. And 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and. Then you carry on 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and then and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and. Cool, so that's the intro, and you can see him playing that cool little thing in the video, which is great, so check that out on YouTube. Cool, so that's the intro. So the only thing that's different there is just kind of doing this cool little upstroke there with some separation between the strings. Apart from that, it's this main kind of riff that we're going to be doing now. So we're now in the 1st verse, and you're simply doing 4 bars of this E5 with that 3rd fret. So again, 2 and 4 are where you're putting your middle finger on the 3rd fret low E, just as a G note. So it's 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and for bar 2. Slightly dampened, 2, and 3, and 4, and. So you're using that kind of fleshy part of your hand to slightly dampen the string, especially in the verses as well, when he's singing. And then so you do 4 bars of that, and then you've got A5, and I'm just doing a steady A5, 8th notes, so half a beat each, 1, and 2, and 3, all downstrokes. And then you go back to E5, 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and. So that 8-bar phrase, again, cross-reference with the song structure, is done twice. Okay, and now we're in the 1st chorus. So the 1st chorus is basically exactly the same, that 8-bar phrase, but once instead of twice. So E5, 2, 3, 4, and then A5, twice, and then back to E5. Just a great simple riff. Cool, and now we're going to the 1st break. Okay, so here, but these Nils is doing this awesome slide solo. I'm not as good as Nils, but most people aren't. But the tab I've done for this, if you do get the tab, I'll be using your Subscribe Star codes on the online store, either in PDF format or Guitar Pro format. If you have that program, you'll get 3 guitars. So you'll have 3 tabs. You'll have Bruce, which is what we're going through today. You also have the Nils slide solo. He does 2 in there in the first break and also in the outro, and then he also got sort of Steve parts, which is pretty much the same as Bruce's, but just kind of thicken it up a little bit. So yeah, any questions about getting any of the files, do let me know. Don't forget you have the backing track on the website as well, just instant download to your computer. So here, what we've got in the break, it's basically going over the same chords as the first verse, this kind of almost slide solo here. And Bruce is doing this 2-bar riff throughout this, okay? So he basically does this 2-bar riff 8 times, okay, which fills up that 16 bars. And what you're going to do is very bluesy riff. You start off on the 2nd fret with your ring finger and slide up straight away. Okay, so it's a grace note slide, 1, and then what you do is your middle finger is on the 3rd fret of the B string, and you've got the open E string as well. You're going to kind of going like this, down, up, kind of catching those E and B strings with an upstroke. So down, up, and then you do the kind of the root note again, or the pedal note. You're coming back to lots. That's the riff, which is the slide, upstroke with the B and E strings, back to the G, and up, basically alternating between this G string and the 2 notes here. So rhythm-wise, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, and then you're sliding back down. This is 3 and 4 and, counting-wise, 3 and 4 and I like to go down, up, down, up. Okay, so picking wise, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, up, down, up, down, up. Counting wise, 1 and 2 and 3, 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and it just sounds amazing. Really simple. He will vary it slightly, so sometimes he won't play all those notes, but this is pretty much what he's doing throughout. So 2-bar phrase that's done 8 times for the break. Now in the 2nd verse, all he's doing is going 1, 2, 3, 4, letting that ring. And then you've got kind of 7-bar rest after that. So it's the 8-bar progression, but all he's doing is singing it with I think it was Win Butler's name from Arcade Fire. Love Arcade Fire as well, great band. So it's really nice to see them. I think they're big fans of Bruce Arcade Fire, so really good band. And this is an awesome live version. So yes, you've got the 2nd verse, he's just singing it with Win, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, and then you let it ring for 8 bars. So it's 8 bars in total, but you're only playing for 1 of them. Okay, and then we're going to go into the 2nd break. So now I think he goes into more sort of strumming, a bit thicker sound. So he goes for that full E5 chord. And this is the strumming pattern I've suggested. It will sound pretty much what Bruce is doing. He will obviously mix it up a lot. So here, 2-bar phrase, down, 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 up, down, up, up, down, up, down, up. Counting wise, 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. It sounds really nice. You can obviously pick it a little bit more like Bruce does. That kind of really authentic Bruce sound. So the 2nd break is doing that 2-bar phrase twice. Now we're now in the 2nd chorus, which is an 8-bar phrase done twice, which is just the 2 bars of E5. So kind of the same kind of chord progression, but I'm now going to do A♭2. Back to E5. Kind of same bluesy progression, just slightly different chords there. And the outro, you're going to do the same thing, we're going to cut it short. So we're going to do the 2 bars of E5 twice. It's really thick sounding chords, just sounds great. And then A♭2. And then hit the E5, let it ring. The 3 bars, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and finish on the E5. So that's all the parts. Obviously, if you want the Neil's solos, check out those on the online source. That's jamesmusicschool.co.uk. Head on the Bruce store there. Happy to answer any questions about getting any of the files. Thanks for all your support as always. If you haven't already, please subscribe and hit that bell icon for notifications. It means you won't miss out on any new videos really helps the channel, and any other questions or anything, let me know. Thanks for all your support. See you next time. Cheers. Bye. If you'd like to get Guitar Pro files, tab PDFs, backing tracks from any of these tutorials, head over to either the Subscribe Star page or my website, jsmusicschool.co.uk. Remember to subscribe and hit that bell icon for notifications. Thanks very much. See you on the next one.